Super Bowl 15. After 20 years, the Philadelphia Eagles return to the World Championship game. The Oakland Raiders defeated the Eagles 27-10 to win Super Bowl 15. It was a surprising setback for a team that had surmounted all other obstacles, a team that had only 2 weeks before earned the right to be called a champion. When the Eagles defeated the Dallas Cowboys, they won the NFC title and wiped out 2 decades of dreadful memories.
Jaworski gives off inside, running room, Montgomery up the right side. Montgomery, 25, 20, 10, touchdown! Herbert Montgomery!
In just 5 years, the Eagles had gone from patsy to powerhouse, a remarkable achievement by a group of remarkable men. It had been 20 years since the Eagles had won a championship. That joyous day at Franklin Field had long since faded into years of cruel jokes, dashed hopes, and empty Januaries. But in 1980, the long wait ended. It began under the summer skies at Westchester State College. Coach Dick Vermeil and his staff ran the toughest training camp in the league. But it was just the kind of program that could propel a team towards a title.
That's it, good. Good job. That's it. Now, we won't get a second chance. Ball game Friday night, we've got to do it right. Tempo's starting to sag. Some people starting to feel sorry for themselves a little bit out here. And I told you, no coaches are going to feel sorry for you. Get to them, Leroy. You're going to have to be quicker than that. That's not quick enough. That's it, that's it, that's it. All right, that's it.
That's it, that's it. Okay, all right. Leroy, looks good, looks good.
We come out of training camp with Coach Vermeil, and the team is ready to play football. We go in through 6 weeks of double days right through the end, and we come out of training camp, it's like turning the Indians loose.
Right from the first week, the Eagles won. But what surprised everyone was the manner in which they did it. A previously conservative offense suddenly became the league's most daring attack. By combining varied formations with creative play calling, the Eagle offense could match any team, razzle or dazzle. The Eagles have 20 offensive goals they hope to achieve in every game they play. In the early weeks of 1980, they met or surpassed them all. Every time the Eagles reached their opponent's 20-yard line, they scored. They averaged 35 points a game, and the key to all this offense was deception. By shifting their running backs and changing formations, the Eagles confused opposing defenses, giving them so many looks that by the time the play was in progress, bewildered defenders were hopelessly out of position. Philadelphia used the run to set up the pass, relying on play-action fakes to freeze defenses, thus buying extra time to put the ball in flight. When Dick Vermeil was carried off the field in Minnesota, some critics sniffed that few championships had ever been won in September. But even this early, the players could sense that 1980 would be a special year.
Hi, I'm Red Auerbach. You're watching Classic Sports Network. One day in the town of Mess, a neat thought struck Mr. Hutch. It's time to get organized. I think I'll use a Brother P-Touch. So from room to room he went, labeling on the run. Files, videotapes. This is not work, it's fun. Fine wine, nails, so very much. There was no end to what could be P-Touched. For P-Touch labeling caught on street after street. And now the town of Mess is simply the town of neat. Brother P-Touch at these neat locations.
Big NASCAR fan, eh? So if you can't get to the races, how do you get official merchandise for your favorite driver? Well, here's how. Call this toll-free number and order your official 1997 race pack. Say your favorite driver is Rusty Wallace. Your race pack would include a Rusty Wallace license plate, key ring, and bumper sticker. You also get a NASCAR mug, a NASCAR can cooler, a 1997 Winston Cup schedule, and an official Ford racing cap, the car Rusty drives. Choose from many of today's hottest drivers. Sorry, some drivers may not be available. But if your driver's race pack is not available, order the regular race pack. It has the same great NASCAR items in your choice of Ford, Chevy, or Pontiac racing cap. The special TV price for all this is just $29.95, and it's not available in stores, so call now. To order your 1997 race pack, call 1-800-446-4771 or send check or money order for $29.95 plus $5.85 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. The 1997 race pack is not available in stores, so call now. 1-800-446-4771. Sorry, no CODs.
Classic Sports presents Legend to Legend.
I'm a great believer in looking for a pitch.
You know, my whole career, I think I kind of set myself up for being in that position to make a run at 400.
But Tony's certainly right in one thing. In order to have that 400 a year, everything has to fall in place.
Williams and Gwynn talk about the science of swing with host Bob Costas on Legend to Legend. Sunday at 6:30 Eastern, only on Classic Sports Network.
Fine Jr. serving, drives to the basket, goes up and... unbelievable shot! Listen to the fans! They just love the doctor!
You're watching Classic Sports Network, where the legends play.
It is a scene repeated every day all across America. Fathers say goodbye to their families and start off for work. But this man isn't headed for a factory or office. He is on his way to Veterans Stadium. He is the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Ron Jaworski.
Safety blitz. Tommy Myers shows the safety blitz. Be alert for it.
In 1980, Ron Jaworski was the best quarterback in professional football. He was the leading passer in the NFC, a Pro Bowl selection, and Maxwell Club NFL Player of the Year. Jaworski was also a man who led by showing resiliency and courage. Jaworski won many honors in 1980. But it was his ability to absorb punishment that carried him far beyond the boundaries of talent. Jaworski's durability meant as much to the team as did his skill for executing the Eagle offense. But one thing Jaworski did not have to do was motivate the rest of the squad.
When I'm in the huddle, I call a play. It's like everybody knows that everyone's going to do their job. It's not like... well, I can take it easy this play because I know the other guy will handle it, you know. Everyone is going out every play and busting their butt to do their job and get the job done.
Key players on offense have provided leadership through the entire Vermeil era. Tackle Stan Walters, center Guy Morris, and blocking specialist Jerry Sizemore, who did not allow a sack all season. They teamed with ageless Woody Peoples and young Petey Perot to form a front line that further benefited from the blocking of tight end Keith Krefley. Twice Krefley astounded doctors by returning from serious injuries. The result was yet another productive season for a Vermeil-era veteran. One of the most honored Eagles in the Vermeil years has been Harold Carmichael, and 1980 was no exception. Carmichael set an NFL record of 127 consecutive games in which he caught a pass. He was a starter in the Pro Bowl. And for his charitable endeavors off the field, he was named NFL Man of the Year. 1980 was also the year Philadelphia fans rediscovered a forgotten treasure. Critics had been trying to replace receiver Charlie Smith for 7 seasons, but such talk ended when Smith posted career highs in receptions and yardage. Running back Wilbert Montgomery has never been anything but a star to Eagle fans, and in 1980, he further ensured their loyalty by leading the team in rushing and receiving, despite a series of nagging injuries. The popular theory has always been, lose Wilbert and kiss the playoffs goodbye. The Eagles happily proved otherwise. Montgomery missed 4 games during the season, and the Eagles won them all. They did it with depth, a commodity many thought the Eagles lacked. Players like Billy Campfield and rookie Perry Harrington, number 35, came off the bench to make big plays in Montgomery's absence. The Eagles reached into the special teams to find more help. Number 33, Louis Jamona, is Dick Vermeil's nephew, but he plays like he's within an inch of being cut from the squad. Giamona will do anything to win, and in 1980, he did a little of everything to win. Perhaps the greatest improvement came from fullback Leroy Harris. Once mired in Vermeil's doghouse, Harris escaped when he stopped chain-eating donuts, slimmed down, and dedicated himself to becoming the best player he could possibly be. The Philadelphia Eagles offense, a unit loaded with the character people it would take to become a champion.
You know all those stories you hear about how good it was and how much fun we had and how young we all used to be, about how much it all mattered and how much we all cared and how no one has ever done it higher or faster or harder or better. All those stories you hear, they're all true.
Would you like a better paying job? Professional Career Development Institute can train you at home in just a few months for one of America's 15 top career opportunities. Whether your dream is to be your own boss or to work for an employer, call for free literature on any one of America's top career choices. Train at home for the job you've always wanted and earn this nationally recognized diploma. Take a look at PCDI's exciting career opportunities.
Medical transcription, paralegal, veterinary assistant, computer training, fitness and nutrition, interior decorating, electrician, child daycare, conservation outdoors, travel agent, locksmithing, medical dental office assistant, home inspection, bookkeeping, accounting, or get your high school diploma.
Call for free literature on the career of your choice.
In the U.S. and Canada, call 1-800-603-7616. Get free literature on one of these 15 careers. That's 1-800-603-7616. Earn more money. Call now. 1-800-603-7616.
Football allowed me the opportunity to vent the anger. I was a ticking time bomb, and anything could have triggered, you know, a violent reaction from me.
Sacking the cornerback is just like you devastate a city or you cream a multitude of people. I mean, it's just like you put all the offensive players in one bag and I just take a baseball bat and beat on the bag. The head slap was to do 2 purposes. One was to give myself an initial head start on the pass rush, because anytime you go upside a man's head, they have a tendency to blink their eyes or close their eyes, and that was all I needed. Gail Sears had a statement out that all he needed was 16 inches. Well, all I needed was a blink of the old eyes, and I was biting.
Williams is back, locks it into the end zone. He's got Didier.
Hi, I'm Doug Williams, and you're watching Classic Sports Network.
In 1980, the Eagles were the best defensive team in professional football. In a year when offense was keen, the Eagles permitted only 13 points a game. Nobody else was even close. No one ruined a run like the Eagles' defense. Philadelphia held 10 foes to under 100 yards rushing. 6 opponents failed to score more than a touchdown. These numbers translated into the NFC's top-rated defense and the NFL's most miserly unit in points allowed. The secret to this success could be told in one word: consistency.
We're probably, through a 16-game schedule, one of the most consistent teams in the NFL. And that's what we try to maintain, is to play at a high level of consistency every week and not make mental mistakes. And that comes through Coach Vermeil's coaching and the time that our coaches spend and the time that we spend on the field.
No one is more consistent than N. Carl Hairston, an all-pro in everything but name. Hairston was the steadying force of a defensive line that also featured Claude Humphrey, number 87, Philadelphia's designated pass rusher. Humphrey shared time with Dennis Bigfoot Harrison, who recorded 9 sacks of his own in his first season as a starter. The focal point of the Eagle defense is right in the middle of the line, where nose guard Charlie Johnson plies his trade. For the second straight year, Johnson was an all-pro. He gained further notoriety with 3 interceptions, an amazing total since he gives way to Ken Clark on passing downs. The nose guard is the game's toughest position, but it is where Charlie Johnson thrives.
I wouldn't give it up. I wouldn't play any other position. That's my job, and I like it. I really do. That's what a 30 defense is to have a good nose guard, a good solid nose guard inside where he can take the pressure off the linebackers and tie up 2 blockers and let the linebackers run free and make the hit.
Bill Berge, John Bunting, Frank the Master, Jerry Robbins. Try to think of a better group of linebackers in the National Football League. You can't. As the year progressed, the defense got tougher, and the play of the linebackers was a major reason. With a strong pass rush up front, Eagle linebackers were able to drop into coverage instead of blitzing. And the result was a pass defense that brilliantly aided the Philadelphia secondary. Richard Blackmore, Randy Logan, Bernard Wilson, John Shira, Herman Edwards, and rookie sensation Roynell Young paced a unit that made the big plays when they mattered most. With few exceptions, the defense was comprised of players who bore the footprints of a dozen personnel directors on the seat of their pants. But in Philadelphia, these rejects found a home and prospered.
I think a lot of people will be surprised to find out how well a guy can play if he has character and he's in the right atmosphere. If you surround yourself with good people, chances are things are going to go your way more often than not. And fortunately, my good people are also good football players.
Those players would be tested to the limit in the final game of the regular season at Dallas. Because of the league tie-breaking system, the Cowboys had to beat the Eagles by 25 or more points to steal away the Eastern title. By the 4th quarter, Dallas was on the verge of doing it.
If things continue as they are, the Cowboys are the NFC Eastern Division champions. The Eagles have to score. It's as simple as that. He floats the pass down the far side. The pass is caught, and it's a touchdown. Floyd Parker just made a miraculous play. First and goal. It's a handoff to Montgomery. Cuts inside in for a touchdown. And that's going to seal up the title.
The Eagles lost the battle but won the war. Loyal soldiers like Walters, Prefley, LeMaster, and Smith had at last earned a distinction long hoped for but never realized. They were champions.
To be able to call Sizemore a champion, to be able to call Bill Berge a champion,
all right,
Randy Logan, John Bunning, the guys that have been here all 5 years, Carl Harrison, this guy right behind me, Guy Morris. To be able to call you guys a champion, it's the greatest thrill I've ever had in coaching. And thank you for what you've done for me.
Man rush again. Roger goes deep across, way downfield, and Bert Johnson caught. Touchdown!
I'm Roger Staubach, and you're watching Classic Sports Network.
Hey, football fans, now you can get the ultimate game ball. This one-time only, collectible NFL Quarterback Club football and the new video, QBs Under Fire. It's the NFL Quarterback Club collection, and it's free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Start out with this officially licensed, individually numbered NFL Quarterback Club football, featuring the official replica autographs of Marino, Aikman, Elway, Kelly, and Favre.
You've got to love that.
Then, in QB's Under Fire, you'll go inside the huddle and feel the intensity of the most pressure-packed position in sports. Call now. Get both free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card. There are only 2 ways to get the NFL Quarterback Club collection.
You can take over an NFL team or subscribe to Sports Illustrated. And that's all.
Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
I love watching classic sports.
Yeah, the fights are awesome.
That's what we're talking about. Oh, Al Lee and Frazier.
The home run derby is my favorite.
The tennis and
the old-time football games.
I'll tell you right now, I'm hooked on it. Just turn on the classics. It's awesome.
Everybody's talking about it. It's just something you cannot miss at all.
I'm hooked on Classic Sports Network. Watch it every night.
I love classic sports.
Strike up the band, college football fans. Classic Sports is giving you a reason for celebration with the greatest games and players in the history of higher education. All the traditions, all the legends, and all the passion. Every Friday night, it's Smash Mouth in your face football. So hit the books and look up the words Dynasty, Intensity, and Hail Mary. Phi Beta football, it's a rush. Catch Notre Dame and Miami in an 89 clash, Friday at 7.
In the first round of the playoffs against the Vikings, the Philly fans had their game faces on. But on the field, it seemed as if someone else was masquerading as the Eagles. Underdog Minnesota took a surprising 14-0 lead, and Philadelphia tempers began to boil.
I tell you what you better do. I can watch you. You walk around out there with your finger up your and you ain't hitting a damn throw. The name of the game, man, is hit. It's pursuing. It's working. We're not doing either. I tell you what, if they go down here and score, it's your job to win it. And I want to see you do it.
The Eagles got the message. The comeback began with a big play from the special teams, a fumble recovery that opened the floodgates to a turnover tidal wave. In all, the Eagles forced 8 turnovers, an act that firmly tilted the game in their favor. While the Viking offense played giveaway, the Eagle offense scored touchdowns. The Eagles advanced to the conference championship by winning 31-16. Once more, the players carried Vermeil off the field. But this time, there were no objections. The Eagles celebrated their victory with a game ball for team owner Leonard Toews. And while they savored the win, the fans outside issued a championship challenge.
We want Dallas! Dallas! We hate you! Dallas! Right here! At the bench! At the bench!
The fans would get their wish. The Cowboys, so long the Eagles' nemesis, would try one more time to deny Philadelphia their championship dreams.
Years back, when we were struggling to win 5 and 6 and 7 games, a lot of people used to take the Eagles for granted. A lot of guys have heard me say, never allow anybody to take you for granted. I have a feeling that the Cowboys are sort of taking us for granted right now. We're here because we've earned the right to be here, and we've played well enough to be here. And we can beat this football team. If the Dallas Cowboys are going to take us for granted, we'll whip their ass.
Dallas faced not only the Eagles, but an entire city, a city united. Against odds like that, the Cowboys never had a chance. Philadelphia's Doc Wallopers punched holes in the Cowboys' sophisticated offense. It was like a wrecking ball loose in the Louvre. Now it was time for Philadelphia's offense to take charge. Blustery winds wiped out the passing game. But on this day, these Eagles would not need wings.
Jaworski gives off inside, running with Montgomery up the right side. Left 30, 25,
40, 45, 40, 60. Herbert Montgomery. Montgomery explodes on the right side, and the Eagles have scored first.
A long yard, Dick. Dick? Huh? About 1 yard. All right, deuce wing, 15 base. Leave Wilbert in there. Dick? Yeah. Got 2 downs here probably to make it. Yeah.
Carmichael splits wide to the near side. It's a pitch to Montgomery. Off right tackle. 25-30, 35-40, 45 midfield. Montgomery to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, and drives down at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. Robert Montgomery having his day of days.
Dick, yeah, great call. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, slot split. I want 47 slant. This should be a touchdown right here, Dick. Yeah. Should be a score.
Jaworski on the delay to Leroy Harris up the middle across the side. Touchdown Eagles. Leroy Harris.
We going to New Orleans.
I'll tell you when you're going. You're going to Super Bowl. You know, he's going to Super Bowl where he's going.
Eagles 20, Cowboys 7. The triumph of the underdog, the comeback from hard times. Yes, the long wait was finally over. The Eagles were champions.